Welcome to the Grafton Master Plan Fall Workshop. We're so happy to have you here, and we cannot wait to hear your feedback for how Grafton's future should be over the next 10 to 20 years. Please enjoy all of the refreshments and visit all of our stations, and we thank you for coming.
All right, so welcome to the open space and recreation planning table here at the Master Plan event tonight. So what we are looking to talk about is basically the landscapes of Grafton and natural resources of Grafton, and how people would like to better be able to access things like the forests and waterways and trails of the community. So we have some maps here that show the existing state of conserved land in town, existing trails, some other trail networks that have been conceptualized but don't yet exist. So very interested in people's priorities for what they'd like to see made more accessible to everyone, what they'd like to see conserved, or priorities for conservation. And then on the other side, we're particularly curious about access to waterways. Grafton is lucky enough to be in a place where we have so many different waterways: Blackstone River, Sigamond River, all the different ponds and impoundments that are part of those watersheds. So one of the great assets of the community is being able to access those waterways. We'd really love to hear about what people want to see for the future of that kind of access. So do we need more access points? Do we need to protect other locations along the waterways? Do we need more program activities, trails? And are there other priorities for recreation in the community? Are there types of parks and playgrounds that don't exist or don't exist in enough quantity? So we have other programming that people would like to see from the town to better be able to enjoy the community and all its assets.
So we have this is the transportation table, and we have two activities here. The first one is we are trying to ask people what their general vicinity of neighborhood where they live in, and the 4 destinations that they go to on a regular basis. It could be inside Grafton or just outside Grafton. We picked a few from the surveys, and they do like a yarn exercise, and they figure out which mode of transportation they use on a regular basis. And I think from the surveys and the demographics in Grafton, most of the time it's an auto mode. They're taking their personal car to these destinations. So on this activity here, we pivot and we say, if you had a choice to use another mode other than auto, biking, transit, train, scooter, wheelchair, where would you go to using those modes? So they use this to put in what mode they would like to use, and where their destination would be. So we'll combine these both and kind of come up with a future vision. How can you make some of these trips non-auto travel in the future? So that's what we're doing here. Thank you.
I have an officer here. We have an officer here to direct traffic into the parking lot.
Yeah.
But we have kids trying to cross down here, and it's extremely unsafe because people are trying to get around the lineup. So because they're going to work.
Hi, I'm William Blake, the Assistant Town Administrator for the Town of Grafton. We are here at the second Master Plan Community Workshop, which is very well attended, as you can see behind me. And it's a great opportunity to have your voice heard about sidewalks, economic development, where you want to see more residential areas in town. But in addition to that, as opposed to just looking towards the future, it also looks towards the past. There's a great booth asking for stories and historic landmarks that we might not know about, future preservation. So all in all, it's an opportunity to make your voice heard for the future of the town of Grafton.
Hi, my name is Victoria Chavez. I work with CMRPC. At this table right here, right now, we are the visioning table. Right here, we have our previous old vision, what the residents used to think of what they wanted to see Grafton to turn into. But now we are in the year 2023, so we want to know what has changed, what is the same, what is more urgent, or what do they want to see in the future. So we set out 3 separate questions for them to answer, pretty much just describe in 3 words how they want to see Grafton grow in the future.
So basically we have an activity here. We're trying to gauge where people would like to see housing in the future in town and what types of housing they would like to see. So we've got a map of Grafton here, and we've picked out 4 study areas. First one's Westboro Road over here, then we've got Providence Road / Route 122, we've got Upton Street / Route 140, and then down in South Grafton we've got Main Street. So areas that could support housing in the future. So then, hoping our participants use these stickers. Green indicates they would like to see more of this type of housing built in the future. Yellow indicates they feel so-so about it. They could be convinced about this type of housing in the future. Red means that they do not want to see this type of housing built in the future. So the idea is to look at this one graph. For example, we'll look at mixed use, where we've got the commercial on the first floor, and then 1 or 2 stories above the commercial ground floor. They would use, for example, they really like this example of this picture, use a green sticker. And I think we need more mixed use along Providence Road, so they would put that there. Or I don't think we need any more single family housing in Main Street, so put a red sticker there. So hopefully it's going to be a work of art by the end of this evening. And we're really excited to see the results for this and get some good conversations going, what people would like to see, what they don't want to see. And that will all be added to the results of the housing chapter of the master plan. So.
Hi, so at this table here, we are going to be talking about sidewalks in town. Namely, where would you like to see sidewalks? Where would you like to be able to walk? Where are there locations that are unsafe that currently have sidewalks that you'd like to, fix? Are there intersections that you would like to see crosswalks or signals? Basically, just how would you like to improve walkability in town as a pedestrian to get to all the different locations that you'd love to get to and that you'd love to walk to, and just sort of come here and show us what would you like to see so that we can find a way to make it happen.